your experience has been far more, I guess, Christianity just out there, whilst you've been kind of integrating with people and learning more about life out there. So that's interesting to hear. From my perspective, what was last year? How do you even describe last year? Last year was, I don't know if I'll say it was tough, you know.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like when I reflect on last year, so I'm probably one of those contemplative people, and particularly coming into 2022, I spent a lot of time in the last month of last year thinking, what do I want 2022 to mean? How is it going to be different? How am I kind of cultivating the life that I want in this year? So I was in that kind of contemplative mode, but I never felt like 2021 was as tough for me personally as I've heard it has been for a lot of other people. But one of the things that 2021, the latter end of 2021 showed me at least was there were a lot of people, pandemic, various issues that have impacted them. And it was just giving me a sense of awareness of what is happening outside of my life. I don't know if you guys have felt the same, just like being conscious of the fact that you have to look beyond your own, there's four walls as it were, and just like being conscious of the fact that other people around you may be going through things and taking yourself outside of yourself, and just making sure you're availing yourself to your friends, to your family, all of those kind of things. Because I think, as you were saying, Mary, that like, yeah, lots of people would have found the last year in particular quite challenging.
Yeah. Yeah. It got to a point when you don't even ask people how they are.
Yeah.
You know, you say, oh, you know, you're right. And you're like, don't answer. Because like you don't like selfishly want to hear another kind of discouraging story. And even when I would leave my like immediate circles and speak to someone I haven't spoken to in months, again, you're seeing the difficulty of life. So yeah, it was a challenging year, especially for someone like me who's very optimistic, very positive, and then just seeing how other people's struggles and even your own struggles can really dampen your year. But now we move, man.
We move. And 2022, new settings.
The year of.
Oh gosh, you throw me on the spot here. You know how they do that in church? What's going to be your
year of what, dummy?
I don't know. What do you want to say? Year of new beginnings? Is that it?
Year of refreshing.
Year of refreshing.
It's a year of refreshment.
Year of oasis.
What was dry in your life can be.
I guess so, because like obviously it brings us to that question. So this was meant to be like an Ask BB episode, but obviously because we're getting back into the swing of things,
we're rusty at lights.
No, there are some questions that people have asked us and things that we've just been thinking about what would be helpful to kind of discuss. And it's not necessarily going to be everything that we open up here necessarily, but I guess people have been asking where we've been, how we've been, and so thank you for the people who've been asking how we've been, where we've been. I guess in light of what we've just been saying about what the last year was like, we took some time away to kind of restructure. As well as kind of brainstorm the way in which we kind of want to take Black Berea forward. And I think it's important to say that, like, what you're seeing in front of you now is going to be the Black Berea team going forward, having some conversations with some of the other guys who are part of the pod and part of the wider collective who were a great help, great to be around, great to do this with for the past few years. Some of them have made some decisions that they would like to take a step away. And so what you're seeing is the four, I wouldn't even say four new faces, like four old faces.
I'm kind of new though.
Still kind of new.
Is newish, but it's been on a lot of episodes.
I'm new. I'm a newborn, fam.
You're a newborn, but at the same time, you were featuring long before.
It's me again. It's me again.
From time we started. When did we actually start? 2017.
Wow.
February 2017.
You've probably featured on as many pods as some of the original.
Facts.
Are you happy to say that, Dammy? You're saying that.
You think I should
saying
be
like
ashamed?
it's a bad taste in your mouth, like
No, not at all.
you've been there
at all.
too many times.
I'm just saying that. Yeah, there's no sense in which you should feel like a newbie. But I hear what you're saying. I guess officially on the roster, if we can call it that. But yeah, so I guess just kind of being plain with it. Like the four of us are going to be kind of taking forward with the pod, and we're trying to do something different this year. So you're going to be seeing us as well as hearing us. I don't know how you guys feeling about being on camera. Let's talk about it. We might as well just talk about it.
Really
How do I look?
I think it's so awkward.
How do I look? It's so awkward.
Yeah.
Like, especially because this might be the first time we've done in person in like 2 years as well. Because we were using Zencaster for a long time. Maybe like 20, 30 episodes. So again, like being in the same room with you guys and then also being on camera is very like, why?
That's actually what I didn't clock. It's one thing to be on camera, but this is actually the first in-person recording we have done maybe since what?
2020?
2020.
Yeah, early 2020.
Early 2020.
Yeah,
so
because
that's
I think we got lazy.
years.
Even when we were allowed to meet in person, we said, "No, let's just use the
comfort, them home comforts." That's even mad to even think. So talk less of even having cameras in front of you and stuff. Actually just meeting up in person to be able to record the pod. That's, and obviously is on like a live feed. So yeah, I don't know. Is how are you feeling about kind of what this yearness is can bring for BB, and what your thoughts have been over the past kind of year? Like the structural change.
I think the setup is different. It's going to take some time to adjust to, but that's all good. I think especially for myself, I think Zencaster for me felt like this works well given circumstances. Being on camera is a little like, oh, okay. But that's, I think that's gonna pan out, be all good. I'm expectant for BB's future, honestly. And so I'm looking forward to some of the episodes to come, and actually, just being able to chat with you guys. It's been a while since I've been able to do this. COVID has been an interesting experience. It's still an interesting experience, but excited to jump back on.
And I guess question from me to you, because you're in seminary, so you almost kind of feel like you're just probably having conversations about society, about theology, all of them kind of things, just on a daily basis. How do you feel like your experience doing BB probably differs from what your experience has been like in seminary? Do you want to open up on that a bit?
Most of my experience in seminary has probably been talking about issues in the US from a position of an outsider. So I get a lot of folks asking me like, yeah, what do you think about this? You know, Donald Trump, Biden, Kamala Harris, all that, COVID, evangelical Christianity and nationalism. But how do you see all of that as a Brit, as an outsider? Which has been cool. And I think that's actually helped sharpen some analytical skills. But I'm definitely ready to talk more about the UK and London. I think we're going to talk some about things in the US, but my heart in the past, since COVID started, since March 2020, has been more drawn to the UK as I've been sort of observing from afar. And I think some of my views on stuff has probably morphed, having stepped out of it for a bit, seeing things from a slightly different perspective. I'm starting to change some of my opinions on certain things.
Can you tell us one?
Which I didn't think I would do. No, I'll leave the suspense there. I'll say it's mostly to do with UK Christianity. I'll say that.
Okay.
No, what? You can't just come and drop a bomb like that
on a Christian podcast.
Yeah, and then not even just give us a tidbit of what you're saying.
Israel said my views have changed.
Give us, you've got to break it down for a small insight.
Teaser.
Give us a small teaser.
Wow. Okay, I'll say with regards to race in the UK, I'll speak on that. One, I'm fairly convinced now, having been in the US for 2.5, coming to 2.5, almost 3 years. The UK church is more segregated than I thought. Okay. My views on how race relations plays out in the UK has actually have become a little bit more pessimistic. There's a lot there, and this is. I don't want to say that in the sense of, I'm confirmed in my thoughts, but I think I've been able to see a little bit more that's been somewhat disheartening. But yeah, I mean, I'll throw that one there, and we'll pick
it up another time.